Good morning, YouTube. Friday morning around 9 o'clock to be precise, and I'm out on one of my walks doing some photography, but this time I'm doing some landscape photography, handheld landscape photography on the Pentax K5, a very capable 16 megapixel camera, weather sealed, one that I would choose to do any landscape photography on, and I enjoy doing it. I haven't done landscape photography for such a long time that I thought today would be a good opportunity to get out, do something a little bit different and basically enjoy myself. I may be in town tomorrow down for the Reform tent, so keep an eye out for that video. But what I've spotted is this tree just over here. I'll turn the camera around and show you. I want to see if I can get a photo of that tree. I'm going to take a raw photo of it in RAW and then turn it to black and white. We've got absolutely excellent clouds there. We've got excellent lighting. The sun is slightly to the right of me in that direction. And I need to get a little bit closer to it. But so you can see where we are and what I'm actually doing. I want the clouds in the photo. I don't want any more greenery. I want to put 100% concentration on that tree. Now, if I can get close enough to it, I'll take a photo. If I can't, I'll take a photo of a different tree. I'm right at the bottom of a hill here, so it might actually be okay if I can get low enough to actually take it. You see what I mean? I've got to zoom in some here, but that there, that's what I want a photo of. If it's any good, have a look at this and let me know in the comments if you think it's any good. It'll be in black and white, I hope, and the clouds behind it are just perfect. See you in a minute. Why has it all gone out of focus? Oh, there we go. Now that is a cracking picture. Just that there, like that, wide angle with all the clouds, probably from down low to give it some depth. Shall we have it? I think we should. Let's take a look and see whether I can get a photo of this. And if it's any good, I'll include it in this video. Now, I haven't got the microphone on today because it isn't too windy and I prefer to use my camera without the microphone attached to it. It's got a pretty decent microphone on it anyway, so that's what I've decided to do today. But yeah, I mean, I thought I'd come out today and just do some landscape photography, just to chill out a bit, just to do something a little bit different, because last time I went out taking photos was in town and it was on a vintage car meet and vintage bike meet down in the centre of town, and I was taking a photo of my scooter and somebody decided to start shouting disgusting things at me for absolutely no reason at all whilst I was taking a photo of my scooter. And I shouldn't have to fucking put up with that. If anybody thinks that they can just shout paedophile to somebody with a camera, you've obviously got issues, haven't you? Now, the guy did not look sober at all. In fact, he looked absolutely fucking hammered because he was still shouting abuse to people just up the way from me. But there you go, I've just spotted some more trees and stuff to take photos of. Have a look at this one. I'll see if I can get a photo of it, if I can get close enough. I have got a zoom lens, so I reckon that will make a nice photo. If it's any good, I'll include it in this edit. Let me know what you think in the comments. Now, I've been stood in the same place for a good 5 to 10 minutes, and in the trade of landscape photography, it's waiting for the lighting. Whereas on street photography, what you do is you do what you call work the scene. Obviously, light is still very, very important, if not the most important thing. But the thing is with photography is everybody has their own style, and I'm sick and tired of hearing people say, you've got to fill the frame, you've got to use the rule of thirds, you've got to do this, you've got to do that. I'll tell you what, you ain't got to do fuck all, because it's your camera, it's your photo, and you do what the hell you want. That's the way I look at it. Now, I don't believe in absolutely amazing photographers and absolutely shit photographers. You can make anything out of any picture. Some people like certain photos to look flat. Some people like some photos to have some depth. People go and do courses and things like this to try and learn the rule of thirds, to learn the exposure triangle. If there's something that isn't worth knowing about photography, I probably bleeding know it, because I've been doing it for over 10 years. I've done modelling photography, wedding photography, street photography, landscape photography, you name it. I've done it right down to lumography, which basically means taking pictures of anything at any time, no composition whatsoever, and everything else. Now, I've even done film photography, infrared photography, and I could go on and on and on. But the most important factor I find in photography is enjoy it. That's the main thing. For me it is anyway. Now, the reason I started doing photography, and you've probably heard this before and you're probably bored of hearing it now, but I'm going to tell you again. I did it for mental health reasons. I had to quit my job due to health reasons, and I had nothing to do. I became a full-time carer for my family, and I needed something to do because I was drinking heavily at the time. I was borderline alcoholic. And coming from being homeless and everything else, that probably wasn't a good thing considering I was married. So I quit drinking and everything else and bought a camera, not knowing if I was going to be any good at it or not. But when I started getting 2,000 to 3,000 hits per photo on Facebook, I thought there may be something in this. There's a rabbit, look. He's buggered off now. Bugger, I wonder if you can see him. Just pop in there into the hedge, look, it's a hare in it. You see him? Just there, look. I'll keep the camera on him for a minute. Off he goes. Beautiful creatures. It's a hare, I think, because that is a rather large rabbit if it's a rabbit. Now, I didn't know whether you were allowed to walk into this field or not, so I'm going to ask this lady if I'm allowed to walk around that field there, because I want to try and get as close to some of these trees as I can get. So I'll see you in a minute. So I've just been told by a lady who's walking a beautiful white German Shepherd by the looks of it, that you are allowed to walk round the edges of the field. Now, there's a particular tree, or two particular trees, that I want to get a photo of. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to walk up. Let me turn the camera around so I can show you where we are. Zoom out. I'm going to walk up to the actual tree that I want a photo of. Now, I am shooting in RAW because I'm going to be editing these photos in Luminaflex. Luminaflex is by Skyloom. It's not the latest one, which uses AI to alter all the images and everything else. I'm not into this AI shit at all. You can do some amazing stuff with it and everything else. I prefer to have full control of my edits, of my files and everything else. But yeah, you're apparently allowed to walk up here if I get told to fuck off by the farmer, or get told if I get shot. That probably wouldn't be so funny. Let me just put my camera round my neck. There we go. And we'll carry on with the walk. Oh. Now, yeah, as I was saying about photography, it's important to me. It might not be as important to yourself or other people, but at the end of the day, everybody has the hobbies. Some people play Magic the Gathering, some people ride bikes, some people dress like Chris fucking Froome just to ride to work. You know what I mean? And I think photography is my thing. And people might not like that, people might not agree with that, but again, going back to what I was saying about being in town, people thinking they have the God-given right to privacy in public. You're in a public place. With photography, or street photography mainly, there's what you call ethics. Now, if you don't know what the ethics of them are, I would never take photos of children. There has been cases of accidental inclusion where they're about this big in the corner of the picture. it's either been the back of the head or something along those lines. And people have still fucking complained. Now these people are just complainers anyway, and more than likely, you're going to hate the word, but lefties. But here we are, and here's that tree. Now it might not look much, but you think that, with the sky the way it is, from a very low point, is going to look awesome. I'll get a photo of it, include it in this edit, let me know what you think. Whoops. So yeah, that's the edit I've gone for with that. Now there's one more tree down the bottom here, which I want to get a photo of. I have ridden up here on my scooter. I've been doing quite a lot to my scooter recently. I've took all the stickers off it and all of the clear coat that was on it. I used a very strong chemical to actually get the old clear coat that was sprayed all over it for some reason, and it was going like looking muddy and dirty and horrible even if you gave it a good wash. It came up absolutely gleaming. I was shocked. Now when I'm doing like landscape photography, I'm looking for different things like this. Look, that looks amazing to me. You've got the field that moves around and goes off into the distance like that. You can see the lines, they just flow nicely, and I'm looking for that nice flow within the image. Now that's my opinion, again, as I said before. You take photos the way you want to. Don't listen to anybody else, because they're full of shit. I'll take this photo, I'll get a photo of that other tree, if I can get to it, and we'll go from there. See you in a minute. So the fucking pigeons just made me about shat myself, flew out the bushes. Now you've got lots of pheasants and stuff round here, and this is in a valley. But I've just found another composition. For God's sake, I wish I'd stop finding compositions when I'm doing landscape photography. Now I do landscape photography sometimes on a tripod, sometimes handheld, depending what sort of mood I'm in. But we're in these cornfields at the minute. And as you can see, I'm not walking in the corn, but the composition that I like is that one, but I'll probably straighten it up. Let's see what it looks like on camera. Reflection. I like Oasis, can you tell? Now I hope you join me for this walk this morning. This evening this will be uploaded at 7:30 to 8 o'clock, depending on how the editing goes and how the photos go. Obviously I've got all day to do it, with the kids being back at school and everything else, and I'm going on holiday very soon, and I will be taking my cameras with me. But yeah, I'm in town tomorrow hopefully, and I hope Reform are in town, because there's some questions I've got to ask them and everything else. There are some questions, fingers crossed they can answer them. Now with what's happened recently with that lad that murdered Henry, and all the lefties going on about it and all the rest of it, they've got this thing called, you know, selective thinking. When Black Lives Matter happened, when what was his name, George Floyd was murdered, apparently he was murdered, it happened to be a drugs overdose, but as soon as that happened, Keir Starmer was down on his knee gobbling off the nearest Ukrainian boy, taking the knee as quick as he fucking could. 4 of them won it. Anyway, he was taking the knee as quick as he fucking could. He couldn't help himself. But for this lad that was brutally murdered with a knife, which is supposed to be a ceremonial Sikh knife, I believe. We can't turn around, I don't think, and say all Sikhs should now no longer carry ceremonial knives, but something definitely needs to be done. Now it's very clear, and nobody will accept this, but I'm going to say it anyway. We have a racist government. I do not give a shit what you say. We have got a racist government, we have got two-tier policing, racist police, and everything, in my opinion. I was going to try and keep politics out of this little rant, but anyway, back to photography. I'm going to take a walk up here and try and get a photo of that tree there. Looks like it was struck by lightning in my opinion, but I'll see what I can get. Oh, you fucker. I underestimated this hill. Now, I've seen lots of rabbits this morning. I've seen pheasants. I've seen other birds flying around and stuff. But we're coming up to that tree right now. Now, this is one hell of a hill. This camera doesn't really tell you how steep it is, but that's a nice photo. If I can zoom out. I'll have that. I got that one on camera whilst I was using my recording camera. But here's that tree, this gnarly tree that I found. And it's fucking big enough, you can hardly miss it. One sec, there it is. Oh. But it's on this really steep hill. Now, I want to get as many branches in as I possibly can with those clouds. That's going to fit. And the sun right behind it. If it's any good, here it is. And there we have it. I've got it. Oh, my knee's playing up this morning. That's what happens when you turn 48. 48 years old, 49 this year. Hence I said at the beginning of the video, my face looks like a jumped on lasagna. This is really steep, this is. Fucking hell. Christ. Oh, my knee. I've still got to go back up the hill because I've got to go around the other side of this edge. And then back up the hill to my Vespa. See you in a minute. So there's more people around than I thought there'd be. I've just seen somebody walking the horse. Literally walking the horse. They just said morning. I got a quick photo of them. If it's any good, here it is. And again, the area round here, the guys bought all the land. There are solar panels on this land, but not very many. And he's opened the rest of the land up for people to walk round and enjoy. Dog walks, horse walks. It's not something you hear every day, is it? Oh, I'm going to take the horse for a walk. What? Now there's a guy that goes through town, he walks round, I think he's into falconry, I think, but he walks around with this bird on his wrist. Very quirky, very different. But anyway, I've got this bloody great hill to tackle. Oh my God. My knee is playing absolute havoc with me this morning for some reason. Other mornings it's perfectly fine. The poppies are out. Oh. I'll get to the top of this hill, back up to my bike, and we'll go and take a look at this fly tipping to see if it's been removed or not. See you in a minute. I'm trying to give you some sort of perspective of how steep this bloody hill actually is. We've got some lovely light over there. I've got a snap of that. Oh, but I'm very close to where I parked up. That's if my scooter is still there. And I've got to do my bloody shoelaces up. For God's sake. Oh. Time for a drink of water. Now you might have noticed I haven't cut my hair. I'm actually growing it a little bit. I think I'm having a midlife crisis. I feel like buying a fucking guitar. See you in a minute. Thought I'd just show you what I mean by I took all the stickers off my bike and everything. Most of them are off. And all of this here was covered in like a black gunky sticky horrible mess. So I used some solvent stuff that I bought from town to get it off. I redid the mudguard, put the trim on it and everything else, put some trim round the fly screen, and I think it looks a lot nicer now. I'll grab a photo of this while I'm here. A bit more at the front. There we go. If they're any good, I'll include them in the video. Let's go and see whether this fly tipping has been sorted. Now, because it's only down the road, I've decided to walk it, leave my scooter there, and just take a quick walk down here to where the fly tipping was. Now, if you take a look on my last one of my previous videos, I think it was Sunday, I uploaded it. There's been a lot of fly tipping happening again round Melton. Yesterday in town, right in the centre, rotten vegetables left in clear bags, just left right next to an empty bin. And I find that a little bit odd why anybody would do that. Now, somebody said, was it from Subway? I don't actually know whether it was from Subway or not. I'm not sure. But I know that down here, where I come regularly, I ride up here quite regularly. I have to come all the way from over there, all the way up here. I did notice that there was some fly tipping just round this corner. Now, we're going to have a look and see if it's still there, or whether it is or not is a different matter. I did report it. I've got an app on my phone, which I'll try and remember what it's called in a few minutes. I'll have to have a look, but there's an app that you can report things like that on. Now, you're on the back lanes, you get lots of people coming up and down the back lanes, walking dogs and things like that, vans. And I suppose if they see an opportunity, they're going to take that opportunity to just empty the boot or the back of the van all over the floor, which to me is a little bit, it's a bit fucking wrong, innit, let's be honest. Why would you do that? Now, lots of people come up here walking the dogs and everything, and you enjoy the walk. You like to see the greenery and nature and everything else, getting out in the fresh air. The last thing you want to see really is loads of fucking shit just strewn everywhere because somebody couldn't be arsed to take it down the tip. Now, again, whether it's been taken or not, I don't know. Let's have a look. Let's turn the camera around. Yes, it's been taken, which is a good thing. Now, obviously the app works. So what I'm going to do now is take a walk back up to my scooter and carry on from there. I might call this the end of the video, but I want to get a photo of this here, just here, with the sky. That will look awesome in black and white. Very industrial. I like industrial photography anyway. So if this photo's any good, let me know in the comments. So as we come to the end of another video, I've tried to keep politics out of this as best I can. Ugh, what a week. I mean, friggin' hell. With everything that happened with the riots in Southampton and everything, and Nigel Farage and the lefties not understanding what cold rage means. I had to look it up. But I looked it up first before I commented and made a twat of myself like all these far left idiots are. There's something called critical race theory. And if you're wondering what that is, it's basically black and Asian people or anybody with brown skin. It says it all in the police reports and everything else are treated different to white Christian British people. Why is that? Why would you treat them different? Because of fear of being called racist. That's the only reason. Yet they're being racist to white British people. And it is happening. I don't care what anybody says. You'll have these lefties online trying to tell you different, and they'll try and make excuses saying they shouldn't have attacked the police, which they shouldn't have, correct. But then saying that neither should have the ones that were out on Black Lives Matter during COVID. Just saying. They were cheering, well, they were flaming mourning for a smackhead, a crackhead. Somebody that held a gun to his pregnant wife's belly, to his own child's. It's still in the womb. He held a gun to her. He was a career criminal. He was a drug dealer. And no matter what you say, Black Lives Matter was a big setup. There's now people sat in mansions because of what everybody fell for. And again, Keir Starmer took the knee. But that's the end of the conversation. We know that we're being persecuted. There's two-tier policing and everything else. Things are going to change. People have woke up. That's just fact. And Keir Starmer's time will come. I hope to see the fucker in jail. But there you go. So hopefully today's been a little bit more positive. I'm going to ride home, go and get a cup of coffee, edit some photos, do some video editing and get this video out tonight. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Go and hit the notification bell. Oh, give it a big thumbs up. And I'll see you hopefully tomorrow night when I get the reform video sorted out. Have a good day and bye for now.